Hello everyone, and welcome to week 4 of the summer 15 OCDP. I'm going to keep this video short because I have several resources for you to take a look at this week. So last week you should be finishing up finalizing your objectives, and then naturally flowing out of that, this week we're going to be looking at your online assessments. So here we are in our shared shell, and again, so you've been doing some work on your objectives. There's a great article for you to look at in here, aligning your objectives that you've just finalized with your assignments, and a bit of a mapping exercise, which we've gotten feedback from a lot of the faculty. This was very, very helpful activity. As well as we have some different video tutorials created by Mark, just to help remind you what we talked about with Gordon, looking at Turnitin, regular assignments, and then also looking at Blackboard use of Respondus for those test questions. So this week is all about online assessment, whether those are assignments or more traditional assessment such as tests. Just a recap of our class. We had Gordon in for the full time, which was great, and Gordon went through several different features and took a lot of notes for questions that you had, and he'll be back in several times throughout the semester for the full 2 hours to help us with various things. Your weekly articles and examples may or may not have heard of AODA, so Accessibility Ontario Disability Act. All of our online courses and face-to-face materials need to be accessible to students who may have various issues such as visual impairment, hearing, learning disabilities. There is a document attached that's called Good Practices for AODA. This is something that I've created based on other documents. This is by no means the college policy on AODA because we don't really have a set one for online. So take a look at that and see what you think. We'll be discussing it in more detail next week. The next one is 10 assessment design tips for increasing online student retention, satisfaction, and learning. Long title, very good article. 5 things online students want from faculty. Just a short, again, another one to get those creative juices flowing. And this week for examples, I've attached 3 different types of worksheets, and we have several of our online and hybrid teachers who are using worksheets to accompany their online course. So an example for a worksheet would be to watch a video and then to complete a worksheet, or some teachers are more integrative where everything they're doing for that week is within those worksheets. So we're going to look at those quickly on Wednesday together in our group session, but I'd like to just give you a little preview of those worksheet examples we attached to this email. And then of course we have our group session on Wednesday from 1 to 3 in M248, and this time we're looking at applying information design concepts to your documents. So just as when you're teaching face-to-face or in video conferencing, you're thinking a lot about projection, you're thinking about, am I looking at each side of the room, you're thinking about all those things about presentation. So now that you're removed from the situation because you're no longer there to lecture, to guide, your information and your documents become that presence that you have, and you can either create videos, but we're going to be looking at print documents because as we looked at in the first week, the majority of online courses is reading and writing. So how can we use that to our advantage? So we'll be looking at more detail, how do people read on the web, white space, chunking of material, visual cues, and then also looking at icons. And again, if you've taken the Design for Online Learning series, this might be a bit of a review for you, but I still think it's very useful for the entire group. Okay, so that's it for this week. Take a look at those 3 articles and the different examples, and then we'll get back together on Wednesday. Thank you.